When a retro gamer dies, does the newspaper publish an 8-bituary? Welcome to the stream, my friends. Happy Thursday. Happy Thanksgiving to those who are celebrating, and happy Janksgiving to everyone, because we all celebrate that. Welcome back to stream favorite 50 video games included. Perhaps our last night with this game. We may be approaching the very end of this one at long last. We've been playing this for 2 years. Off and on, here and there. Every couple months when I remember it exists. But we've finally come, I think, to the very last title. But welcome, my friends. We've got Uncle Muscles first in chat tonight. We've also got Lucent Jelly, Serac of Lamb, and Dead Zergling. Very happy to have you with us, my friends. If you were dismembered, you could be in 8 bits. Oh no. Clever and dark. Speaking of dark, I think that the batteries in 50 video games included may be running down, because the screen is much more dim than it usually is, and I haven't changed any of the settings. I think this is an effect of the battery wearing down. But we've been going through this. I've tried my very best to make it to the end of every game in this collection, and I have fallen short on that mark. There are several where I've not made it. Many of them have an end, and if it seems like they have one, I've really tried to reach it. But there are just a few, which I'll call out. You can assume I've beaten all of them if I don't say anything. But Fish Story is the first one. You only have 3 lives, and it seems like Fish Story goes on forever. I made it to level 20-something, and the stages are just looping. The stages progress for the first, 9 stages or so, and then the last one just loops over and over and over again. The level number keeps going up, so I assume it ends at some point, but I just can't get there. Cannonade, I think is endless. It's like Space Invaders, unless it just runs out of memory or something. I think it goes on forever. Power Robot, I think, has an end, but it's just way too hard. I got really far in it, kind of like Fish Story, except with Power Robot, the levels weren't repeating, so this one, I'm actually more confident that it's finite, but still just don't know how to get to the end. Dune Wars is terrible. I didn't make it very far at all. It's just barely, it's barely even playable. Final Blood, I think, is completely broken and unfinishable. Lunarian, I think, is a copy of Cannonade, and so also I don't really think it has an end. I don't remember what Pulveration was. I think we finished that. Rural Goblin is broken. Snake is just really tough. I should probably give Snake another try. Same with the Archer. I'm pretty sure it probably ends, but just can't make it there. Twin Fish is broken. Wild Worm is impossibly difficult. Goalkeeper is pure RNG. Teleport, I think it maybe also be broken. And Vigilant was what we were playing last time. Vigilant and Cub Adventure we've never played. So we'll start with Vigilant, and then we'll hop into Cub Adventure, and then we'll kind of be done with the set. But there, you're all caught up now. If I didn't mention one, it's because we actually managed to beat it. Unless I just forgot. Shadowplay, welcome in. Happy Janksgiving. Thank you for joining us. Mile Hyrule, welcome in. Happy Janksgiving to you too, and thank you for joining us. It's not over until Archer and Wildworm are defeated, Zergling says. I like that spirit, Zergling. I like that spirit. But we'll check out at least these two. I might loop back to some of the other ones that we haven't finished, but I'd like to leave some time to check out a different plug and play. Because that's what we're playing tonight, is 50 video games included is a plug and play, and it's kind of on its last leg. You're going to hear a lot of audio problems. Did I say welcome in, Derek? Welcome in, Derek, and Buddha Fingers, welcome in. Happy Janksgiving to both of you. Let's start with Vigilant here. Vigilant's pretty alright, actually. There are not a lot of horizontal... I don't feel like there's a lot of horizontal shooters in this collection. I don't know if I can think of any of them. Usually they're vertical, and usually not even scrolling. Usually they're vertical and stationary. There's a couple that are vertical scrolling, though. Actually, the ones I'm thinking of, I don't think are shooters. I think they're just, like, racing games. We've been playing this over a long stretch of time, so my memory of some of the games is really fuzzy. If you have this spread gun, things are pretty okay. If I lose the spread gun, things will go downhill real quick. Pokemon's welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving. Couldn't have timed it better, I think you said. Good to hear. Hope you had a good holiday, and happy Janksgiving. We're going to try and play a couple different plug-and-plays tonight. I don't know which or if any of the other ones are going to work. I have not tested them. I've just been buying them and chucking them into a box. So, tonight we'll find out together. I got really burned last year. I had big plans. I had big plans for this, what I thought was going to be this really great plug-and-play device that was kind of a Wii knockoff with motion controls and stuff. And then the night of the stream, it didn't even work. It was heartbreaking. Oh, I ran out of gas. Frownie would find jank ways to play games. How's everyone's Thanksgiving? Well, Jelly and I stayed home with the baby and had a very traditional meal of frozen pizza. But all in all, not actually a bad day. No, those old-timey airplane-looking enemies are the only ones that can drop the spread gun for me. I think the green jets are the only enemies that drop gas. The dollar signs are gas. I will catch up with the chat, by the way. It's just this is a game that's hard to look away from. I don't think it can be paused. I don't remember. It can. It can. All right, cool. Chinese for lunch. Played some games. Saw Moana 2. Not bad, Derek says. I've not seen the first one. Went to see family. Had an awesome turkey. Saw Red 1. Came home. Good times, Pokemon says. Right on. Thankful for Jank. I'm certain Frownie would not be able to live without jank games in his life. Or maybe you'd find a way. Frownie would find jank ways to play games. Oh, I see. Now I see the I get the full thrust of the message. Imagine getting a plug and play that disappointed you because it was good and you're expecting a bad one. I have two that I think are probably pretty good. So we probably won't be looking at those tonight. Are you not into turkey? Well, our plan wasn't to stay home, but one of our someone we heard news that someone at the family gathering was sick, and so we just didn't want to risk bringing the baby, and so we didn't. But no, we don't. Jelly and I don't have the time, energy, or kitchen space to cook a turkey in our lives right now. Turkey's okay. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy about it. I don't love it or hate it. It's fine to eat a couple times a year. Pokemon's likes the white meat, twice the protein, maximum potential. Oh, I prefer the dark meat myself. So we'd be able to divide the turkey between us quite easily. What's a good sequel, Derek says? 7 out of 10. Creep Tape, Smile Hyrule says. I don't know. I've not heard of that. Zergling's shifted from white meat to dark meat. Wife's family gets white meat only turkey. Alas. Alas, Zergling. Got a rotisserie chicken, Uncle Muscle says. Right on. And Frownie and me are going to brawl over the dark meat, Buddhafinger says. Oh no, I've got competition. I tell you what, my favorite thing at the Thanksgiving meal, like my favorite thing is that cranberry sauce. Comes in a can, and it keeps the shape of the can when you pour it out. It's this wild dark purple color. I love it. No. Oh, I'm doing real bad. Also watched VHS Beyond and Joker 2, Mile Hyrule says. I don't know if I've seen a single movie that's come out this year. Jelly and I watched last movie I watched, Jelly and I watched Grumpy Old Men and Grumpier Old Men. I did a double feature across a couple nights with Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau. It's crazy. Canned crayon is something I won't even touch, Buddhafinger says, and Frownie is all on it. The man won't even touch Mustard. No, I don't want to sit at the same table as Mustard. Get it out of here. Mustard's not welcome at my holidays. The Frownie lore just keeps going deeper and deeper. Still no Ewok movies. I'm not 100% sure whether or not I own the Ewok movies. I think I do. I think someone gifted me a bootleg copy of them at some point. But I haven't actually checked. I actually haven't checked to see if I have them. And the TV series. Yeah, there's like it's like a animated. It's a cartoon, the Ewok series. I know even less about that than I do about the movies. When it comes to the movies, I know they exist and they look like they're pretty dubious, and also like I'll probably enjoy them a lot. Your mother would have been my favorite person today because she had the canned cranberry. She brought the canned cranberry sauce, otherwise you wouldn't have had it. They're on Disney Plus. Yeah, I don't subscribe to that though, so I'm blocked out. The only streaming thing that I subscribe to now is I have Amazon Prime, though I don't really use it. I just have that for the shipping. The streaming, I might watch something on Amazon Prime streaming like once or twice a year. I usually just forget it exists. But I have the ad-free YouTube. I started paying for that so I could stop seeing political ads on my TV all day long. It was worth it. They're terrible. You'll love them. Want to see them sometime too. Alright, I need a better run at this. Seven of those planes spawned. Not one of them gave me a spread. Where? What terrible luck. We're off to a bad start. Off to a real bad start. Master Tuesday, welcome in. Happy Tuesday and happy Janksgiving. Welcome back to 50 Video Games Included. We got 2 titles. before we've seen the whole set. I do have some that are worth probably looping back to and giving another try. Though to be clear, for those who may not be familiar, when I say that, you know, I tried one and I didn't finish it because it was too hard, or it loops and seems never ending or something like that. I mean, these are all games I tried for multiple hours. I'm not. We're not talking about a situation where I've played these games for 5 or 10 minutes and given up. Each one of them, it's been about 2 or 3 hours of really, really trying to make something happen. Another, another really bad start. Thank you, Pokemons. That reminds me, Frownie, I realized I've got the perfect plug-and-play for you. If only I could get it to you. I'd like to, I'd like to be able to accept. That's you know, that's a very sort of tempting gift. I like plug-and-play devices a lot. There's something I've been searching for, you know, for a good while now, but my collection is still very, very thin. I don't tend to find them out in the wild all that often. I don't really go shopping for them online. And I get, welcome in. Is that Nextasia? I welcome correction on the pronunciation, because I don't feel like I probably got that right. But welcome to the stream. Happy Janksgiving. Just fly around. I lost my train of thought. Oh, I've got a couple... you know, thrift stores in my area, and Jelly and I tend to stop for yard sales and such fairly regularly. But I only come across a few plug and plays for sale. I only come across a couple of them a year, it seems like, and mostly what I see most of all is a TV poker plug and play, like a Texas Hold'em one, and that's the only one that I never buy. I don't have one of those in my collection. But I see that one. I see that one all the time. The TV poker plug and play. And it's not like I have any strong stance against it or anything. I just don't really think it'd be very interesting to play, and I'd be terrible at it. I'm pretty ludicrously bad at any sort of gambling game. I don't play a lot. And historically, I've only really ever played for pennies. I have suspicions that this game may also be a never-ending one, because every level is the same and they are randomized. Like the enemies get a little bit more dense as the level count increases, but yeah, every stage is pretty much identical, and the enemies all come out randomly. There's no memorizing these stages, and so because of that, this could very easily be another endless game. I don't remember what the highest level we've made it up to is, though. I don't think I've rolled the count. I don't think I've made it to level 10. The game in the collection with the highest level count that we've seen is there's a lawn mowing game, and that one had 98 levels, and I actually did manage to play through that entire game. It took like 3 or 4 hours. And it was just the same 4 levels repeating over and over again until we hit 98, and it finally just stopped. It looped back to the title screen. That's what a lot of them do. Some of them Well, probably about half of them actually have an ending screen, and it's usually just a black screen that says end that appears suddenly. And the other half of them that actually end, they do so by just looping back to the title screen. Almost like, like the game has just suddenly crashed. I know, 98 levels. Usually if they have a lot of levels, right? Like Fish Story is a problem. Because Fish Story probably has 98 levels too. Would be my uneducated guess. But I'll never know because you only get 3 lives in Fish Story and you can't earn extra ones, and it's just I can't play well enough. I can't play well enough to make it 98 levels in with only 3 lives. Like the lawnmower game, the only reason I was able to make it all the way through is because you did earn extra lives and it wasn't super difficult. I had to pay attention, but only a little bit to make it all the way through that one. Oh, there was no way I was getting through there. Those cannons are the toughest enemy to deal with. It's very hard to, when you don't have the spread gun. We have the spread gun, it's alright. But when you don't have the spread gun, it's really hard to position yourself so that you can actually hit them without crashing into the wall. And just the way they fire at that diagonal makes it kind of tough. Especially when there's a lot of them. We tried this game for I think about an hour on Monday. So if we could make it to stage 10, I would feel pretty happy that we can reasonably surmise that we've at least seen everything there is to see. That probably just goes on, but when it puts 4 of them like that, I just can't do anything. Oh no, the audio's broke again. There we go. No, I'm out of gas. Oh, I'm dead. Rip the run. Those arcade archives, I must have bought like 50 shmups. I realized after all those purchases I hate shmups. Oh no. It's not really they're not it's not really my genre either. I don't play a whole lot of these sort of shooters. I really like Gunsmoke on the NES. That's my shooter game. That's my go-to one. I like that game a lot. But that's pretty much about it. But I don't tend to give them much of a try either. Got a Steam Deck on the way. Big sale just hit. Scored like 30 games. Right on. Hope that treats you well. I think a Steam Deck could potentially be a kind of fun thing to have. I don't really use Steam because I don't play stuff on my PC, but I like the idea of something that sort of consoleizes the Steam library. There is an appeal of that to me. I'm a little dubious of I'm a little suspicious of like hardware with the Steam label on it. Hey cows, welcome in. Because the Steam controller was so terrible. The Steam controller is so outrageously terrible that it gives me damaged expectations of any sort of Steam like physical product. But I'm sure that's just overcaution. People seem to be pretty satisfied with the Steam Deck. Can I... Good news, the fire at Thanksgiving wasn't turkey related and was very small. Oh my. There really was a fire? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad to hear that, cows. Happy Thanksgiving to you and happy Janksgiving. "50 video games included" is acting up. The audio's giving me trouble. We're missing out on these incredible sound effects. I don't trust PlayStation, Xbox, or even my beloved Nintendo to stop selling me the same games 4 times in a row. Oh yeah, yeah. And Nintendo's probably the worst about it. Brother-in-law's younger brother knocked a candle over and set a napkin on fire briefly. Like a paper napkin or a cloth napkin? I don't know why it matters. I'm just trying to build out the scene in my imagination. Very glad it was nothing catastrophic though, and hopefully the deep fried turkey, since it didn't catch on fire, hopefully it came out delicious. I shared earlier, but Jelly and I stayed home and we had a very traditional meal of frozen pizza. And we've got some caramel and toffee ice cream to share after the stream. Wow, it held that note for a long time. Sage 6. And here before, fancy pants cloth napkins. His mom was unhappy. Everyone else had a good laugh, though. Paper cloth, a new kind of fabric, especially flammable. Frozen pizza's a wonderful choice, Cal says. Yeah, we were planning to go. We were invited to go to a dinner with Jelly's family, but we got news that someone that was staying there with them was sick, and we just didn't want to risk getting the baby around someone who was really sick, so we held off. I welcome in Crosshatcher. Thank you for joining us. What game is this? This is called Vigilant. It's a part of a plug and play by dreamGEAR called 50 Video Games Included. I can't show it off very well, but it's a collection. I've been working on it off and on for like 2 years. And it's tradition on the stream to play plug-and-play games on Janksgiving. So we're actually finishing it up tonight. We got this, and then there's one game I've never seen left. But I've been working on this one. I actually played this one a little bit on Monday. We took an early look at it. I spent about an hour on it on Monday, and we're close to another hour. I don't know if it has an ending. The games in this collection, some of them have endings and some of them don't. And the ones that don't have endings, it's either because they're just high score games that go forever, or they're broken. And I don't know about this one yet. I haven't played it long enough to decide whether or not The levels are randomized. All the levels are the same, and the enemies are randomly generated. So this is probably a game that basically goes on forever, or until the level counter rolls over. But I don't know. I'm trying to hit the double digits at least before I call it done with this one. It looked familiar but different. Yeah, most of the games in this collection are cheap imitations of other stuff. Um, I don't always not always familiar with the source material, but people in the chat frequently recognize these games as something else. Hey, Duck something. Welcome in. Did you beat Pizza Tower? I did. I I I'm still not done with Pizza Tower. There are, I think, 2 achievements left to get. We have to do the last boss, Damageless, and there's a bonus level that I need to get S rank on. So I've still got a little bit more work in Pizza Tower, but I made it to credits. Very cool. Thanks for the info. No problem. No problem. So we're gonna try this game a little bit longer, then we're gonna look at the last one, and then at some point tonight, I've just got a box of every time I find a plug and play, I just buy it and throw it into this box, and I'm just gonna pull out whatever looks good and see if it works. I get burned on a lot of these. A lot of them I buy don't actually work, but we're gonna try them out tonight, and we'll see. We'll go through a couple of them and just see what we get. What platform was this originally on? Oh, I have no idea, Duck something. I only know it from this plug and play. Better safe than sorry, Cal says. Yeah, and also, um, the drive would have been about an hour away, which isn't really that far, but it's further than we've ever taken the baby, and I don't know, it's cold outside, and if we have car trouble, this could be a lot of risk. And, there's a lot of people having drinks with their Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm concerned about being on the road on the drive home with potentially drunk drivers out there. I'm a worrywart. I'm a worrywart. So we'll go see them. We'll probably go see the grandparents. On a different day, or they'll come down and see us and maybe bring some leftovers. Sorry about the audio cutting in and out. My 50 video games included is kind of damaged. And so there's been problems with the audio. It's acting up. It was really good last time we played it, but it's been acting up a lot tonight. Stage 7. I really need that spread shot. I don't know what our PB is yet. I don't think I haven't made it to stage 10. I'd really like to see stage 10. If I see it roll over into double digits, then I can safely be like, all right, well, we've probably seen everything. It's going to go on for at least 90 more levels, so I'll feel better about calling it done if we can at least see the double digits. It's okay, Frownie. Every parent is super overprotective of their first kid. That's what I've heard. I've heard that the standards dramatically decrease as the number of children increase from some of my friends. This game is originally from the world-renowned plug-and-play 50 video games included. So 50 video games included. The thing about this plug-and-play is it starts off really strong. The first the first handful of games really, really pulled me in. I mean, right away, the very first game is like, the very first game is kind of like a platformer. It's really janky, but it's also really short. And, it's kind of Super Mario Brothers 2 inspired. And then the second game was... Sorry, I'm holding back a sneeze. The second game was like a top-down sort of action game that was also pretty good. The third game was sort of like an educational puzzle type game. They start off really strong, and the further you get into the collection, the more broken and unfinishable games start to pile up. And those make me sad, because I really like making it to the end of these things. I need some gas, please. Oh, dead. Ah, we were so far along. My last life. So you have a gas meter down there, and here's something that makes this really bad, is you can only collect gas from certain enemies, and the enemies are random. I didn't know it could fire in that direction. No! Oh, that's heartbreaking. Alright, let me just catch up real quick. Some German chocolate cake ice cream, Pokemon says. That sounds good. Saw a bunch of sirens on the way home. I got in a really bad wreck in Thanksgiving 12 years ago. Flipped my whole life upside down. Oh no, that's 22 years ago. Whoa. Yeah, that's pretty bad, Pokemon's. Don't remember any of it. I hate to say it, Cal says, but it probably should have been 20 video games included. So, I have another plug-and-play that looks identical to 50 video games included. The controller is the same form factor, but it's a different color. It doesn't say 50 video games included on it, so I don't know if it's the same thing or not. But that's one of them that we might be able to look at. And I've got another one I think is called 25. I think it's called 25 games included. But I don't know, are those 25 different games, or are they 25, or are they half of this collection? We'll have to try that and find out too. I'm gonna be really disappointed if it's just half of this. If it's just half of this 50. But that's probably what it is. Well, those are some of the things in the pile. We're getting close to the hour mark, so I think it's going to be about time to move on to the next game. Even if I don't hit level 10, I think we'll take a peek at the next one. Probably after this run. I've never been in a really bad car wreck. I haven't been in very many car accidents at all. I hit a deer once. That's probably the worst. I hit a deer dead center with my car. Exploded the radiator. It was really dramatic, but I wasn't injured. I don't think the deer had a good night, though. It was kind of weird, though. It was kind of weird, because the way I remember it, though, like, it was dark, and when I hit the deer, I saw it go flying off into the distance in, like, the light from my headlights. But, like, it didn't, like, tumble or roll or ragdoll or anything. I remember it moving very stiff. Like, almost like it was a statue of a deer being lifted by an invisible hand and carried out of frame. It reminded me of in The Simpsons, when Poochie goes back to his home planet. It looked pretty much exactly like that. I don't know if that's how it really looked or just how it looks in my memory. But it was a very surreal experience. He died on the way back to his home planet. Rip. F's in chat for the deer. I forgot that detail. Poochie died on his way back to his home planet. I think that's the only real car accident that I've been in. Oh, I started off real bad. Oh, good night, Duck something. Thank you for joining us. Hope you have a great rest of your night and a wonderful tomorrow. There was extra gas on the screen. There was extra gas on the screen. And I ran out. Like the game glitches for a second and then pops back into reality. Don't want to go into detail, but it was a humbling experience. Yeah, you just die if you run out of gas. You just crash into the bottom and explode. Does Frownie have his eyes on anything, on any exciting Black Friday deals? You know what? Not really, Cows. I might hop online and see and take a look around after the stream, but not really. I've not historically been like a big like Black Friday shopper. I mean, I could definitely use, the savings, but if I were gonna buy any big ticket items, but I don't tend to buy a lot of, I don't tend to buy a lot of the kind of stuff that gets like the huge markdowns. A lot of my like furniture and electronics and stuff, I tend to already buy secondhand, so and appliances and such. So no, sorry to let you down. I don't have anything really exciting to share. Though I might take a look after the stream and, see if there's something that we really need. I think I've only gone out, like, to, like, the stores on a Black Friday once in my life, but I don't think I was going out for anything in particular, and I don't even remember if I bought anything. I just have sort of a vague memory of going out to Walmart early on a Black Friday. Like 2 decades ago. No worries. I don't have anything really either. It's just a seasonally appropriate question. I wish I had a good thing. Jelly and I were just talking today, like, well, are we gonna look for anything for Baby Man for Christmas? Like, he's only gonna be like 3 months old. It's not like he can even open a present. Or, understand the concept of what a present is, like. I guess we gotta wrap something up for, like, the photo op, but we'll probably just wrap up stuff we already have for him. Oh my goodness. Gotta give him a box of diapers. That's no joke. That's no joke. Think of, like, for anyone out there, if you don't have experience with babies, think of how much you've heard about, like, how many diapers babies go through, and, like, multiply it by 4 at least. They go through so many diapers. Baby man goes through like my weight in diapers like every other day. uh. Yep, get him the goofiest Christmas outfit you can find and lots of photos to embarrass him with later. Oh, that's horrible. Ah, that's horrible. I backed into the power-up and an enemy. Another game I really liked, Lunar Lander. That was fun. Moon Patrol is a lot of fun too. I played Moon Patrol. I don't know if I've actually played Lunar Lander. I might have, but I don't remember. I don't know what I can't really picture what picture it in the top of my head. Off the top of my head. Derek says my mom was actually in a car accident 2 nights. Wasn't a car. She had a light post. I guess that means 2 nights ago. A light post. The whole right side was ruined. A tire got messed up. She's just gonna junk it now. It was older too. I'm assuming she was okay, and I'm glad for that. It's kind of a bummer though. Even if it was an older car, you know, it's definitely a bummer to have it messed up like that. Play a lot of Moon Patrol on cabinet and the 2600 when I was a kid. Crosshatcher says, yeah, so I played Moon Patrol. We played that one on the stream. And I thought that one was pretty cool. I don't remember if we played the 2600 or the Commodore 64 version. It's been a while. It was on one of those. It was either 2600 or Commodore 64. I'm almost exclusively like a console kind of guy. I'm not very good with computers and such. But when I was really little, my dad had a Commodore 64. So all of my very first video games were C64. And so I have very fond memories of that. And we'll try and play some of those on the stream sometimes. Because I'm very nostalgic for C64. But that's I'm also like I'm really big with like physical hardware, and I'm pretty lucky. I've got a fairly nice like collection of retro consoles. I don't have an actual Commodore 64 though. I use the C64 Mini when we play that, which is pretty good. Though it's kind of hit and miss. It's probably user error. I have a lot of trouble getting games to work on it. It frustrates me when I can't get them to work right, but when they do work, it's beautiful. But it's kind of hit and miss. If I were better with tech, it would probably be super great. Let's go ahead and look at the next game. We've been at Vigilant for a while. I don't know. I'm not convinced it has an end. I would have liked to get a little bit further in it, but also I'm just eager to see what's next. Cub Adventure, the final one in this collection. My mom wanted me to open all my presents on the first Christmas. I didn't want to open any after the first one. I was playing with that and I was happy, Pokemon says. I was forced to open my other presents and I started crying. Should have saved the other presents for next Christmas. That was the big brain move right there. I like a little shuttle. You have to land on different spots. I'm wondering if it's kind of like Space Taxi, Lunar Lander. That's what I'm picturing in my head, is something like Space Taxi, which I liked a lot. That game is crazy hard, though. Derek says, yeah, Mom's fine. Luckily, she's able to drive it home, even though the tire was messed up. It was Wednesday night. Also, my sister has a car. Use that one until she got a new one, of course. Right on. Could be fixed, but she wants a new one. It's like almost 10 years old. Fair enough, fair enough. Never heard of Space Taxi, but it could be. Space Taxi is a C64 game that we tried out one night. Played PC games back in the late 90s and early aughts. When you just put in a disc, stopped for a long time. Now with the Stream Deck back, I thought I was out, but they pulled me back in. Alright, here I go. Final game. Let's hope for something good. It's actually got music. That's good. Alright, I'm the top polar bear. I don't know if the other polar bear is a danger to me or not. I'm going to assume it is. This could be alright. Just run around and collect the things. Oh no. Oh no. Run! Oh, it got me. It looked like I melted. Okay, the other polar bear is a threat to me. That didn't go well. Smushed. Is this about polar bear cubs? Adorable Cow says. First impression's pretty good. Alright, and we have to go to the propeller to finish the level. Oh my goodness, and it attaches directly to our head. I mean, I don't think I'm a polar bear. I think I'm a snowman. I don't know. Because I've got, like, a tail coming off of the back of my head, to which I apparently attach a propeller. Anyone have a suggestion for a good place to look for used cars online, Derek says? I wish I could help you out. But, alas, no, I don't. The collapse looked very snowmanish, Cow says. Yeah. Now we've got a multiple bear situation. Alright, hopefully I can stand in the center and be okay. Yeah, let's go. This is a good game. This is, you know, it's simple. It's fun now. It's gonna be really hard to make it through this whole game with only 3 lives, I think. But, you know, if the difficulty stays at about this level, we'll probably be okay. Hey, Conqueror Worm, welcome in. Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, and you too. And a happy Janksgiving as well. That's the whole game. It's only 3 levels. What a way to end. What a way to end. Oh my goodness. 50 video games included. 50 video games included. Oh my goodness. I love it. You stuck the landing, 50 video games included. I'm not even upset. Robbed, Cow says. That was so cute. Why was it so short? It's the first one I've been able to beat in so long. I'll take it. It wore me down. 400 years ago today, the natives and the pilgrims played video games together. Hope your day was good, Conqueror Worm says. We had a good day. Didn't really do any traditional Thanksgiving stuff. Ended up just staying home and eating frozen pizza, but it was an alright day. Thank you for the GG, Sir Rack of Lamb. All the budget went to the art and animation. Thank you for the trophies, Cows. The Mitsubishi Eclipse. It's in my budget. I figured it looked cool and was in my budget of $0, Pokemon says. CarMax is really straightforward, not necessarily the best deal, but it's much more like walking into a dealership than finding some random car online, Cow says. You're looking for a used car as well, Derek? Maybe eBay? My 2001 Camry is the best car I've ever had. We had a 2011 Camry as well. Conqueror Worm. It got totaled by a snowplow our first winter after we moved to Wisconsin. I really liked it. It was a really good car. But, alas, it met a tragic end. Alright, well, that's 50 video... Yeah, welcome to... I know, right? First winter, my snowplow destroys my car. Welcome to Wisconsin, indeed. That concludes 50 video games included. There's some on here that we could do a 50 video games included epilogue some night. Because there are some that it wouldn't be unreasonable to revisit. I put a couple hours into them without being able to clear them. About, I don't know, 10 or so of these games. But I'm ready to look at something different. So we'll say goodbye to 50 video games included for now. Maybe not forever, but we'll say goodbye for now. And I will grab us a different plug and play, and we'll see if it works. Because here's the thing. My box of plug and plays, they're all untested. I just buy them and throw them into the box, and we're just going to test them out together tonight. So we may be horribly disappointed by a lot of these. But I know going in that being burned is a possibility. If only we had Action 52, then we'd have 2 more. We'll do Action 52. We'll do Action 52 at some point on the stream. 100%. Since I've got a flash cart for the Famicom, we can definitely play through Action 52 sometime. Man, still welcome in. Good to see you again. Unplug and don't play. Yeah, that's kind of what we're hoping for. That most of them are sort of in that category of quality. So let me step away and let me grab another device, and I'll be back with you. I'm gonna take a short BRB. I will play a song for you, and just be gone a couple minutes, and I'll see you again really shortly, my friends.